As a public affairs analyst that I have been from 2009, before I ever met Peter Obi, I proceeded with my job. You were one of the earliest interviewers that interviewed me in July 2024 when I said I wasn't speaking for him anymore because he's not decisive. I've seen in him certain qualities that will make him unfit to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I made it public. By then, I had finished my job with him. But in order for the people to know that I am not speaking for him anymore, I made it public. And I went my own way. And I was doing my own job. You know what? He was the one who betrayed me. I talked about Atiku Abubakar here on this studio much more than I would even talk about Peter Obi. And people were telling Atiku Abubakar, this young man that is getting close to you, are you aware of what he said to you? Abubakar said, I am looking at this young man. I am seeing the value in him and his tenacity to bring about a great Nigeria. That is what I am seeing. And if I have the opportunity, I'll bring him in to bring that value to Nigeria. Look at a man, a talent discoverer that discovered Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, that discovered Professor Charles Soludo, that discovered El-Rufai. You knew how Abuja was before he came in, and he transformed El-Rufai. What Atiku Abubakar is looking at is not what you said about him, because he knows that his desire for Nigeria is not about him, but what value are you bringing in? I had not even done anything for Atiku Abubakar, but he insisted. I've seen something in this young man. When I talked against him, he did not go to Adamawa, he did not go to Jada to bring frivolous suit against me. But this is somebody I worked for, did everything, stayed in the court for months, and I am free doing my job. And you're running to Onitsha to bring frivolous defamation suit against himself, not me. Who is now the betrayer? Who is disloyal? Assuming without considering, I even did something wrong. So that is how he would have treated me.
Should he have kept quiet and look on as you defame him and you say things about him, unprintable things about him? You continue to discredit him. Is that fair? Is it not going through a legal means to be able to?
Is your word?
Because that's the allegation in court, that you were defaming him.
I sat down here, gave you the names of the people that told me things. I did not even say the way it is. I was still trying to show.
Some of them are denying.
When you have something written down, you know what the court said? You know what the law says? Oral evidence cannot be adduced to contradict a written document. I have them with me. At the appropriate time, everybody will go and answer for his crimes, for his offenses, and for his denials. And so there is no defamation at all. I told you that a lot of people have said worse things about him. You know what he said? No, I don't want to see them. They are faceless. So your intention is to destroy people who have face. Your intention is to destroy any southeast person, a bright person arising from the southeast. So other people that are faceless, you won't go after them. But the people that are adding value, you want to go after them. Bring him on. Let him come.
Bia Andy, Kenneth Okonkwo, Kwanyewegugu. Iya ine konafo, ega habawa. Respect yourself. This will be in a mixture of Igbo and English. Here, advice to you. If you like, take it. If you don't like, leave it. Should Obi have kept quiet while you maligned him, while you called him a scam? You didn't answer that question. Should Obi have kept quiet while you maligned him? It was a statement you made that no a scam, that he wants you to come and prove it to the court how he's a scam. Atiku just called you to use you and dump you. You will get money, but at the end of the day, you get well value. Calm down. You just have to do something simple. Put a phone call to Peter Obi to say, brother, I'm sorry for what I did. That's all. If you do that, the matter will end. And give him permission to record you apologizing. Apologize. You know, bloated. He doesn't show anything. He doesn't show humility. Now you're saying you said worse things about Atiku. So you just say these things because you're hired. You're not saying them because they're from your heart. So this is the art of sophistry. Just cooking up words, you know, to dress people up or to tear them down. It's not coming from your heart. So everything you said about Peter Obi, eulogizing him, they were all false. And everything you said against Atiku Abubakar, you know, tearing him down, they are now false. And then suddenly he has turned into a visionary for Nigeria. What the heck? Look at that logic yourself. Look at that logic. You're sitting logic on the head. Ekole. Ka bread no fela riser. Calm down. Put a phone call across to say, brother, what I did was wrong. I could have used any other language, but I shouldn't have called you a scam. You crossed your boundary. You crossed your boundary by calling him a scam on national television. That was not just annoying, it was stupid. If nobody told you that. So call him and say, I withdraw that word, you're not a scam. I could have any personal grievances with you, but I apologize for the use of word. That's what you should do to redeem any part of your integrity that is remaining. Let me also tell you, integrity is like virginity. Once you lose it, you'll never get it back. Atiku will use you and dump you. I hope you will be able to piece yourself together.
God. The issue here is this. Let me be doing my job, let them be talking. The whole idea is that Atiku Abubakar is a talent discoverer. I met him the first time March 1st, 2025, when he graciously sent for me and I went to meet him and we talked. Pleasant man who is looking for the good of Nigeria, and we kept relating since then. I didn't want to make the mistake I made first. I said this time around I'm going to know people on a closer note before I talk with them and talk for them. And at the end of the day, he made up his mind that this is the value adder. And you know what? Atiku Abubakar, when I met him the first time and he told me his vision for this country, I was captivated. Because vision is the mental picture of a preferred future. I now see that this great man has a vision to foster a united, secure, and prosperous Nigeria, where and in which every citizen can live a happy, healthy, and productive life. From this, his vision, you can see that his agenda is very, very easy to distill, which includes unity, security, which includes economic prosperity, education, health, and which includes restructuring. This restructuring is the one that touches me most. But in order to achieve these things, Atiku Abubakar is of the opinion that his mission will be to provide appropriate political leadership to implement his developmental agenda and to facilitate the realization of his vision. He understood from day one that no matter how good a manifesto is, no matter how good the laws of the land are, no matter how good your own program is, without effective leadership, it will come to naught. Our problem in this country is implementation. Enough of all these words. Atiku Abubakar is going to be a man of action. That is what his mission is, and his agenda will be adequately fulfilled. In 1999 to 2007, Atiku Abubakar did it with Olusegun Obasanjo. All the things they set out to achieve, he was the head of the economic team. And after discovering all these people, Nigeria was owing about $40-something billion. Atiku Abubakar being the head of the economic team with Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala that he discovered. They were not borrowing more to put us into slavery. They took us out of debt. And before they left, we were no longer indebted to any country.